everybody. What is going on? So yes, this is the next morning of Impact. I usually try to do it like the same night, but you know, tired, just didn't do it. So here it is today, bright and early in the morning for you guys. So this was a very emotional show, to be honest. I mean, that first segment, I almost had a tear. It was crazy, dude. So we started the show with the whole Impact roster, and the backstage crew coming out, and Kurt Angle and Dixie out there talking about how it's great to have Kurt Angle there. They wish they would never, it's just great stuff that they should do. And it looks like Dixie Carter was crying. Kurt Angle was about to cry. It was crazy, dude. And then all of a sudden, Drew Galloway gets in the ring and is, bowing him. Because, you gotta bow to Kurt Angle. He's a motherfucking best. One of the best of all time. I don't care what anybody says. And, then Bobby Lashley comes out. And he's telling Kurt he's not ready. Just not ready for him. Well, we'll see what happens in the main event. So, yeah. The first matchup, though, was pretty awesome. It was the King of the Mountain Championship. And it was actually in a King of the Mountain match. So, you know what? It was great. We had Will Ospreay, Jimmy Havoc, Bram, Big Damo, and Eric Young. And that match was crazy. So, Will Ospreay was climbing up because he pinned Jimmy Havoc. He could get a chance to hang the title and win it, right? All of a sudden, Eric Young pushes the ladder over. You know how they just kind of fall on the ropes? Ospreay fell on the turnbuckle, the very top turnbuckle, and it looked like it fucking hurt. That was crazy. I mean, oh my god. And then they are fighting outside of the ring. All of a sudden, freaking Jimmy Havoc's able to get out, and he gets on top, dives off the cage onto Big Damo and I think it was Bram or Will Ospreay. It was cool. It was very awesome. And then Eric Young spiked, pile drived Ospreay, I think it was. Yeah, Ospreay on the stairs, and that's how he got to that's how he got eligible to hang the briefcase. No, it was Jimmy Havoc. It was one of them, guys. And so he's about to start climbing, and Bram hits the brighter side of suffering on Big Damo. He's eligible now. So we have Big Damo and Jimmy Havoc in the cage, and after that one fall and Spike Piledriver, Will Ospreay's done for. Like, he's done. So Bram and Eric Young start fighting, like, let's go. And Bram almost gets the title, and Eric Young just freaking pushes him off the ladder. And Will Ospreay gets the championship, goes up again, and Eric Young freaking jumps off the top rope, cutter from the ladder, and is able to get his King of the Mountain Championship hung. So he is still your King of the Mountain Championship. That match was great. You probably had to see it more rather than listening to a review, but you guys stay tuned because it's awesome for this. Yeah, that match was great. So this week's Impact was great. It was all big time matches. Some say it should have been on pay-per-view, but guess what? TNA has like 300,000 people watching it, and I don't think they want to waste their time, not make any money off of it. I'm with them. I think they should wait. Maybe bring some of that fan base back, because they can. What they're bringing out right now is pretty good. That's what I think they're waiting until. That's when I think they're gonna have another pay-per-view. But the next matchup is the Knockouts Championship match: Gail Kim versus Jade. That match was good. They put it out there. They were having a good match. I still don't like the Dollhouse anymore. Still don't. I think they're done. But they had a good match. Jade was going for the Spike Piledriver, and Gail Kim gets out. Then all of a sudden, Jade catches her with a German suplex, and it was fucking crazy. Gail Kim hit a figure four off the steel post. That was pretty cool too. Which Gail Kim wins with a high cross body off the top rope. Which Jade, she started pinning Jade. Jade rolls over the pin, so Jade's pinning her. Then Gail Kim gets able to get on top for the pin, and that's how she wins. Which, that match was good. Gail Kim is so over in the UK. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but the UK loves Gail Kim. Gail Kim is like freaking god over there in the UK. Freaking, it's crazy. I mean, UK, it was pretty good show. They had a packed arena too, so that made for a better atmosphere for sure for TNA. And now we go to our tag team matchup, which was great. I mean, they put on a show. Beer Money, the Wolves, awesome, great tag team action. You know, Monday you saw Y2 AJ versus New Day. Now, while the Beer Money Wolves match was not as good as Y2 AJ versus New Day, it was still fucking awesome. Let's just put it that way. It wasn't as good as Monday Night Raw's big tag team title match, but theirs was really good too. So it was kind of hard to decide who was better, but I give this one to Y2 AJ versus New Day by a little bit, by a small margin. I think this was a match where Davey Richards tears his ACL or something. I think it was because he dives off the top rope and James Storm catches him with a lung blower, and his knee looked like it snapped or something, and he was holding on to it, and we didn't see him for the rest of the matchup. We saw Eddie Edwards hit a double Hurricane Rana, which was pretty cool. We saw the DWI. Oh, James Storm, I love it. The Wolves got some creative moves, especially when they hang somebody in the tree of woe. One's on the other corner, one's on the under corner. But this time, Davey Richards jumps from the corner to nail James Storm with a drop kick, and here comes Davey Richards with a baseball slide. I was like, oh, snap, that's still gonna hurt. We saw the DDT. You know how Davey Richards kicks somebody into their opponent? He grabs him by the head and then spike DDT. Yeah, we saw that. All in all, this match was great. Sad to see Davey Richards get hurt, but I do think that Eddie Edwards has a clear chance of becoming X Division champion now. Cash in option C when Destination X rolls around, and guess what? We'll have a new X Division champion and a world champion, so it'll be pretty cool. I think that's what they should do with Eddie Edwards, but if not, it's still fine. Like I said, the match was great, and we do have new tag team champions, Beer Money, and that, I'm telling you guys, you've got to go back and check out that match because they put on a show and it was great. So Beer Money's your new tag team champions, and I like that because I feel like the past year we've seen nothing but the Wolves carry those titles. We've seen the Wolves, the Revolution held it once, and then Brian Myers and Trevor Lee held it once, and everybody else every other time was the Wolves. Oh, we did see the Hardys, but they had to get rid of it too because of injury. So it's not like I'm tired of seeing the Wolves with the championship. I just think somebody else deserves it, and now it's Beer Money. So now it's going to be some good tag team action for sure. Which we got Impact Live Tuesday night, so that should be good. I don't know what they're going to be doing on there, but yeah. And now it's time to talk about the Miracle. Yes, we do. Mike Bennett is out there in the ring talking about how he should be the number one contender and how this company is going to be saved by Mike Bennett. And I think it is. Once he starts facing EC3, getting into that World Championship tier type thing, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. In which he talks about how you're not going to give it charity around here. Well, he needs one, whatever. And here comes Drew Galloway. Drew Galloway talking about he getting no charity. This is a wrestling match. This is a wrestling company. And they get into a brawl. And I don't think we're going to see the last of Drew Galloway and Mike Bennett. Hopefully they do another one in the next couple of weeks. Another match between those two. That would be pretty awesome. And now I think we've cleared up everything up into the Kurt Angle Lashley segment. So we start off right before commercial. We do the mini documentary going over Kurt Angle's career and what everybody's got to say, their goodbyes, all that. We saw Al Snow, Simon Diamond, Gregory Helms, all of them. And they talked about how Kurt Angle's awesome, which he is. I'm not going to say he's not because he is. And now we go back right before commercial. Here comes Mike Bennett talking to Kurt Angle, talking about how he ducked Kurt Angle a couple weeks ago, and then if he ever decides to come back, he'll be waiting on Kurt Angle. And then Kurt Angle goes, you better hope I never come back, because if you do, you know it. It's damn real. Fucking, I love it. I love it. Kurt Angle is awesome, dude. So that gets us ready for our main event, and that match was awesome. So Kurt Angle had Bobby Lashley in the beginning. Bobby Lashley was going in for the clotheslines. Kurt Angle caught him twice. He did it twice in a row. Why was Bobby Lashley coming back in on the clotheslines when he knows he's going to get hit with a German suplex? It was awesome. And Lashley hit a spear. Kurt Angle kicked out. Kurt Angle had the ankle lock in a couple of times. Like I said, a lot of suplexes. It's between these two guys, and it was a lot of suplexes. Which a lot of the match, Bobby Lashley controlled. And it was just like their match last year. You know, it was very technical sound wrestling. And a lot of strikes and a lot of punches and stuff like that. But, all in all, Bobby Lashley wins. And we're seeing the match over, and Bobby Lashley's helping Kurt Angle up with the fans cheering, "Thank you, Angle, thank you, Angle." And then all of a sudden, boom, a spear to Kurt Angle. Freaking, are you serious? Then Drew Galloway comes out, spear to Drew Galloway. Eddie Edwards comes out, and I swear that was a nasty looking spear. He had Eddie Edwards spinning in the air, and then here comes EC3. Trouble, 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 trouble. Bobby Lashley watches him come to the ring. Bobby Lashley is scared. He just kind of eases his way out of the ring because he knows he does not want none of fucking EC3. Damn, it was a great show. Thank you, Kurt Angle, for sure. Yeah. Next week, Impact Live, we get to see the return of Jeff Hardy versus Eric Young, and another chance to see Matt Hardy versus EC3 for the TNA Championship. And what's going to happen, I don't know. But until next time, like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what you think. Let me hear your favorite Kurt Angle match in TNA. Let me hear it. Mine is the Pope at Lockdown. That was a pretty good match. They killed it. Or it could be Mr. Kennedy and Kurt Angle at Lockdown.